Good evening, students. Today we will discuss about control flow statements in Python. In Python, the control flow statements are divided into three categories: conditional statements, transfer statements, iterative statements. Under conditional, we have if else, else, nested if else. Coming to transfer statements: break, continue, pass. Two kinds of iterative statements are there in Python: for, while. Now we will see one by one under IDLE environment. So let me open this IDLE. Open new file. Now first we will see the simple if. So first see the syntax of it. Syntax of simple if. So the syntax of the simple if is if condition followed by colon, then statement 1, statement 2, statement 3. So this is what the simple if condition syntax. If condition, statement 1, statement 2, statement 3. See, whatever the statements you have seen, the statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, those all are commonly aligned. So this indentation is very important here. Once the condition has been satisfied, statement 1, 2, 3, all the three will get executed. Let us see one simple example for this. Now let us see the example. Let us say a equal to 5. A equal to 5. If a greater than 0, I am just printing print positive, right? Then print CSD, then print I have written some hi. Now save it and execute this program. See, once the condition is satisfied here, all the three statements got executed. Print positive is executed, print CSD is executed, print hi is executed. If you see all the three is coming with the same indentation. So which indicates when the condition has been satisfied, positive will be printed, CSD will be printed, hi will be printed. Now let me write one more, print end. Now I will change the program slightly. A equal to -5. -5 cannot greater than 0. So since the conditions has been not true, those all the three were not executed. What is happened? The end will be executed. See why the end is executed? It is part of the program. It is part of the program. If the condition is true, all the three will get executed. What if one of the thing is not satisfied the indentation? Let us save it. Let us see what sort of error is coming. See, unexpected indent. So when upon the condition is satisfied, you have to keep all the statements at common alignment. Now I will make a slight modification. See, I am not using the default indentation, rather than I am trying different indentation, but all are commonly aligned. Now let us see what's happened. Yeah, right. So yeah, the indentation whatever the system is giving, that you can follow, that is okay. Other than that, if you want to follow your unique indentation, that also okay. Even if you want to give another level indentation, yes, which indicates the what? These three print statements are belongs to this if block. Right. Now I will make the program slightly different. Int input, here I will write enter A. Now on the module, so A equal to 3, since the condition has been true, all the three are executed and end is also executed. Right. Now see here what I have written just A greater than 0, only one condition has been written. Yeah, you can also do the multiple condition also. So how you can write the multiple condition is, see here, if A mod double equal to 0 and A mod 3 double equal to 0. What I am checking, I am dividing with 2 and 3. I am checking whether the remainder is equivalent to 0 or not. Now here I will write divisible by 2, and also I am making it as a divisible by 3, and I will write divisible by 2 and 3. Now let us run this program. I am giving 6. Yes. So in this way you can write the what? Compound condition also you can write. So either you can write the simple condition or you can write the what? Compound condition with the help of for the simple if. Now let us see the next one. The next conditional statement under Python is if else. Now first we will see the syntax of it. Now the syntax of the if else is if condition, and you can write the statements as many, and else. Here you can write yes4, yes5, yes6. So this is what is the syntax of the what? If else. If block, if condition is true, if block will be executed. If condition is false, else block will be executed. Let us see the one simple example for the if else. Now A equal to int input of enter A, if A greater than 0, print I am making it as a what? A is positive. I am just displaying one message. A is positive, right? Else print A is negative, right? Now let us execute it. So I am entering as 6. Now there is an error. Yes, now we can't concatenate the integer and the string. So what I will do is str of a, then here also I will make it as str of a. Now so a is positive. A is positive. Now here you have to understand one thing. Whatever the statements you want to execute upon the condition is satisfied, all the statements must be aligned properly. Similarly, if the else block is true, else block statements must be aligned properly. Now I slightly change the alignment of the else. Now let us see what's happened. Yeah, now you have to understand one point here. The statements in the else must be aligned, but it no need to align with the what? The statements in the if. Now upon condition is satisfying in the else, you want to execute two print statements. Now yes, whatever these two statements under there and the else, those must be aligned. Those must be aligned. Now run module. So I am giving -4. See, both were executed, right? So this is what the simple if else in Python. Simple if else in Python. Now here this if else you can also do with the conditional operator in Python. Now what is the syntax of the conditional operator in the Python? We will see with the help of the example. Same example we will see. Now a equal to int input of enter a, print positive if a greater than 0, else negative. This is what the simpler one. I have simpler form of the if else. This is what is called the conditional operator in Python. See, now let us execute this. Enter a, I am giving -9, negative has been printed. So whenever you need the simple form of the if, yes, you can use this conditional operator in Python. So this is what is called the simple nature of the if. Now let us see the next one. If else if ladder. If else if ladder. First we have to see the syntax. If condition, right? So upon the condition is satisfied, whatever the statements you want to execute, that you have to kept with the unique alignment. Else if, instead of else if, here you have to write elif condition. Elif condition. Then if the condition is satisfied, whatever you want to execute, you can execute. You can have the as many elifs, then s5, s6, at the last else s7, s8. So whatever this else part is there, that else part is the optional. The else part is the what? Optional. Now let us see the example for this. Now I will print the biggest of the three numbers with the help of this int input of enter a, b int input of enter b, c int input of enter c. Now I will write the condition. If a greater than b greater than c, I am just printing print a is bigger, elif b greater than c greater than a, print b is bigger, else print c is bigger. So this is what the code. Let me execute it. Now let me pass the values 23, 56, 1. Now 56 is the bigger, right? So this is what is if else if ladder. Similarly, you can also have the nested if. Nested if means within the if you can write the one more if condition. If condition, then again what you can write? Condition. Yes, here you can add some statements and S3, S4. S1, S2 are belongs to internal if. S3, S4 are belongs to outer if. Outer if. Now let us see one example for it. Now let us take if a mod 2 double equal to 0, then again I am checking if a mod 3 double equal to 0, simply I have written print a is divisible by 3, right? And print a is divisible by 2. A is divisible by 2. This is what I have written. Now let us execute this. Yeah, 6 is divisible by 3, 6 is divisible by 2. If at all you need the else statement also, yes, you can add depending on your need. This is what the nested if. This is what the nested if. So far what we have discussed the if else if ladder, nested if and simple form of if else, that is what conditional operator. So the next we are going to see is the looping statements in Python. So in Python we have for and while. So Python doesn't support do while. Python doesn't support do while. Now let us see one by one. So the first one I am going to tell you for loop. So the for loop syntax is for iteration variable in. Here you can write a string or a collection variable or a range function. Then you can have set of statements which you want to execute. Remember, Python doesn't support increment and decrement operators. Then how the incrementation and decrementation will happen in the Python, I will show with respect to the for loop. Now let us see the simple example using the for loop. For I in range of 10, simply I have given I. So the range function here I have passed only one argument, that is what, 10. Let us see what exactly it is doing. Yeah, it is just printing, it is starting with the 0. It is starting with the 0 and it is running the loop up to 9. So here you have to understand one thing for the range function. Generally the range function will take the argument start, end, increment or decrement. But in this example I haven't passed the start value. When you not pass the start value, default it will take 0. When you not pass the increment or the decrement, by default it will treat it as a increment 1. Then when coming to the whatever the argument you are going to pass to the range function, the end argument is mandatory for the range function. If you pass the end equal to 1, then it will run up to n minus 1. It will run up to n minus 1. If at all you want to iterate the loop for n times, then the end value you need to keep it as n plus 1. Now let us see couple of examples. Now in this example you have seen what happened. This has been printed up to 0 to 9. So if you pass here 11, then it will print 0 to 10. See, it will print 0 to 10, right? So what if you want to print 1 to 10 means, then you make the starting argument as a 1, then 11. You no need to pass the increment. By default the increment will be taken as a what? 1. See, 1 to 10. Yeah, you want to increment with 2, then you mention the third argument as 2. Now the 2 will be acted as an increment, right? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Now similarly here, if you want to do this in a reverse manner, the starting value is 10 and I want to do it up to 0, then minus 1. Let us see what's happened. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? So this is how this for loop will work in case of this. Now at the end of the for loop you want to mention for loop is over, then you can add the else statement also and you can write for loop is completed. For loop is completed. See, you got my point, right? Clear? Now here I will make it as a 9, then see what's happened. For loop is completed, right? So this is what the simple for loop in Python. Now similarly you can have the while loop like your general statement. First, whatever the looping variable you want to use, first initialize that looping variable, then while I less than or equal to 10 colon print I, then after you must have the what, I equal to I plus 1, whatever your increment statement is there, that you have to write, run it. It will print 1 to 10, right? At the end of the while loop, if you want to print something, yes, once the while loop is done, you want to do something, then print, you can have while loop is completed, right? Now run module, right? While loop is completed. So this is what the while loop in Python. So we have seen for loop and while loop. Now we have to discuss about the what? The transfer statements. The transfer statements are what? Break, continue, pass. Now let us open the IDLE. Now let us see one by one, break and continue. save, transfer. Now you can see here I equal to 1 while I less than or equal to 10. If I double equal to 3, I am just keeping the break, then I'll make it as print I. Now what's happened here? First I equal to 1. So 1 less than or equal to 10, the condition is true, right? Immediately it is checking the if condition, 1 double equal to 3. No, it won't satisfy the if condition. 1 will be printed, 2 will be printed. Then after, when the 3 is came, 3 equal to 3, the condition is satisfied, it has to execute the break, right? Once break is executed by our program, means it will exit from the current loop. It won't continue. See. Now what's happened here? Here we haven't used the increment statement, right? That's why it leads to infinite loop. It leads to infinite loop. Now let us open the IDLE. Right, file, new, equal to 1 while I less than or equal to 10. If I double equal to 3, break, then print I, then I equal to I plus 1. Now 1, 2 will be printed. See, 1, 2 will be printed. This is what, whenever the if condition is satisfied, the break is getting executed, then immediately it will exit from the loop. Immediately it will exit from the loop. Now the same one I am going to do with the help of the continue. What is happening is, the continue will skip the iteration. That means at I equal to 3, the iterations will be skipped. At the rest of the time, all the iterations will be executed. Yeah. One, 2 has been done. Right. Now let us see one more example here. Now I will make it as slightly different. Now see how exactly this continue will work. See again it leads to top of the loop. It never comes to here. It never comes to here. Right. Now ID LE so we can let us try other. Now this I equal to I plus 1 is, I am going to keep it here, then run module. Right. Clear. Now whatever this print statement is there, this print statement I am going to keep it under if, then see only the I equal to 3 will be printed, the rest of the time nothing is happen. That is what. Clear? So this is what the continue. Now coming to the pass statement, the pass won't do anything. The pass is just like a no operation. Pass is just like a what? No operation. I am writing here, see, pass is a what? No operation, right? So that is what, whenever you don't want to do anything, there you can keep the what? Pass. If a, for example, 4 greater than 3, just I am writing the what? Pass. Else also I am keeping the pass. See, pass means no operation, right? So this is what is about your Python control flow statements. So Python in the latest versions you have the match object also, right? So that match object you can try on your